Travis spoken.
I know that you were really upset about me falling asleep that day for some reason.
Welcome back.
back.
We are talking all things Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. And maybe some other highlights of TV shows, if we think of them.
Yeah.
But
True.
Salt Lake City, I've been telling everyone I know,
Oh my gosh, I know.
to start watching so they can listen in and hear our thoughts and opinions. The editors of Salt Lake City are
oh my gosh.
built different than
really
any other
are.
housewife franchise.
Yeah.
I absolutely wholeheartedly believe they're different editors.
They have to be.
Yeah,
like
because...
and I haven't watched as much as you have of the other housewives, but any ones that I've seen, like, it just doesn't compare to, like, the editing specifically.
It is so beautiful to me to watch TV and watch a conversation unfold and have it be like, yeah, like, I don't know where she would have gotten that. And then it just rewinds and is like 3 days earlier. And then it shows. I just love that they're only showing us what we kind of need to know.
Yeah.
Like, normally in a lot of housewives, what I hate
There's a lot of filler.
There's a lot of filler. And
of
it's
like them just
them
like
living their lives.
Yeah. I'm like, I don't know.
I don't care sometimes.
I think they're getting down to the point with Salt Lake City. Like they're okay, we're going on a girls trip. It's episode 3.
Yeah.
And like that, concentrated drama. And they're only like within that girls trip footage, they're going back to the important conversation. So it's like much more to the point of like all of the drama.
I love it. And so in episode 2, I was not blown away by what happened, but then episode 3 was great. And so I was like, all right, you're right. Episode 2 I did think was really interesting because we got to see more of Bronwyn.
I don't like her.
By episode 3, I don't like her. I don't like her at all.
No, I didn't like her I don't like her in episode. I'll be honest. In episode 2, in episode 1, I was like, I don't know about you.
Yeah.
Episode 2, I was like, no.
I think she's
coming
playing
on
the field.
She's coming on so strong.
She is. I wrote that down. I was like, girl,
Heather
backpedal a bit, okay?
Heather is so right. She's coming on so strong and having really strong opinions about these people she's known for 5 minutes.
Exactly.
And I'm like, you just like don't have the right to do that.
And she's playing both sides.
Yes.
So I think in Housewives, you can't.
No.
That's like almost worse than being mean.
Yeah.
And they'll call you out faster if you're trying to appease both sides of
and it's
arguments.
like annoying because like Heather called her out for it, and then they just like keep going back to like the crap she was talking about Whitney in the car, and then she was like, well, I said all of that stuff exactly to Whitney, but it's like no. Maybe the same topic.
It's rephrased. It's a different tone.
Exactly. It's like the way you said it, completely different. Because Heather was like, "There's no way what I heard in the car about Whitney is exactly what you said." So presenting it different and saying that you're so transparent, you said it to both people is
a lie.
Yeah, it's so fake.
And so I don't like her. I kind of think it's weird how old the dude she married is.
And I realize she's only 38.
Weird. Yeah, and he's 60.
Yeah,
and I
think that's pretty weird.
I think it is. And so
I know age is but a number, but
it's
come
odd.
on.
It's odd. And so I all around am not a big Bronwyn fan. I did love the ropes course.
Yeah.
But it's only because of Mary. Mary is so mean.
Mary is so mean. Oh my gosh. The things she says literally has my jaw on the floor.
She's so harsh. What did she say at the ropes course?
The one thing that I literally was like, and it's not always to their face. She will say it to their face, like 100% she will. But during the ropes course, and it's a character it's Whitney's friend.
Britney?
No.
Maylee.
And like, we don't really know her, but she's doing the ropes course or whatever, and some of the girls are on the ground, and Mary's with them, and they're like, oh, who is that? And someone's like, oh, it's Maylee. And then Mary goes, oh, I thought Maylee was way thinner than that. And I'm like, that is so mean.
It's so foul.
It's so foul. But then during the lunch after, Mary just continues to go. So The poor girl, I like her, but I feel so bad for her with the boyfriend.
It's Britney, and I think
I feel for her. I'm like, oh.
I do, and this is gonna sound harsh. Like, in a real world situation, like, I totally feel for her, and if those conversations happen, I would feel worse for her. To know you're going into a Real Housewives franchise and kind of act, I don't want to say as dumb as she has.
Yeah.
But like, you're going to do a toast.
She definitely gives, she's an airhead. She's
like, girl, you've known these girls for 5 minutes. And you're at a ropes course with all of them. In what world would you think, I'm going to do a toast about me and my boyfriend who are on again, off again? These women only know that we're on again, off again.
Yeah.
I've never met him.
Yeah.
And we're going to toast to us getting back together. They don't care.
No.
Mary's the only one. So she gives
said
the toast.
that, yeah.
Mary's like, why do I care?
She's like, I just want to know why I should care.
Exactly. And
which is hard. Like, everyone's thinking that. Everyone's thinking that. But and the polite thing to do is just be like, okay, like, let's move on. And Mary she'll say anything that she's thinking.
So I think if that was
why I care.
A real life situation.
Yeah.
It would be really harsh for Mary to say that. But I think because you're on the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, it's a valid point.
No,
why
it is.
should I care?
It is a valid point, but my like people pleasing tendency, like I would never say that. No. And like if someone's new to the friend group or whatever, like, oh my gosh, it's just
so funny though.
Yeah, it was funny.
It's hilarious. And then I did love that she responded, Britney, and she's like, Mary, that's so rude.
Yeah. And then Mary got into it with I don't know. There was lots of fighting at that lunch too.
Yeah, I think it was mainly Mary and Britney. Mm-hmm. And then
because then Mary started bringing up like why her relationship with her kids was bad, like pretty low blows.
Oh yeah, Mary.
And I'm like,
that's foul, Mary. I'm like, come on, sister.
You don't know her. Like again, you don't know her. Like you just said, you don't know her, so why should you care? So don't bring
the kids. Don't bring the
kids. Like don't bring
not
a low.
The children.
Because Mary gets very offended if you bring anything with her personal life in on an argument.
Yeah,
she gets very offended. Like her son or her whole marriage situation, her church, she'll go off.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's fair for her to do that.
And then I think Bronwyn started to stand up maybe for Britney or
no, she was like, you're giving chaotic.
Yeah, she was. And that's when I think Heather was like, well, Bronwyn. Yeah. And so then that's opened the whole floodgates
Heather
of it
came at
all.
Bronwyn and then
Bronwyn was so mad at Lisa for not saying anything. And I was like, okay, I don't get why she was as mad at Lisa.
Yeah.
For not like standing up for her. Because then like the whole episode 3, Bronwyn's like,
I'm so mad at Lisa.
I'm so mad at Lisa. And she just doesn't say anything. And Lisa would have never known until I think at the very end of the episode 3.
I love when
Lisa was like, do you have like, what's going on?
I love when Lisa, like, her jaw drops. It's so funny because she's like, yeah, do we have like an issue? And then Bronwyn says something and then she goes, what? It's classic.
I think Lisa can do no wrong.
No,
even when Lisa is maybe wrong, I think she's right. I am on Team Lisa all the time. And so in episode 3, I loved her so much. She really did kind of mind her own business.
She did, yeah.
She was like just there. And I honestly loved Angie. I kind of am loving Angie stepping up this season.
I like Angie too. In the previous seasons, I think she's been a little chaotic, but this season, I feel like she's just kind of bringing like a fun, kind of a fun energy.
I absolutely adored the way she dressed up for that game. Absolutely Greeked out to the nines. The Greek sunglasses. Yeah. She had the Greek flag tied as a cape. I was like, honestly, that's the whole thing. If you're gonna do a bit, you have to commit to it. And she is committing 110%, and I can respect that.
Yeah.
So I do love it. I'm like, good for you, Angie. And then I'm glad she told Britney that he was DMing her brow girl, because I think if she didn't, it would have.
That's what I just feel for Britney. I think she's just very aloof and like
Yeah.
she really just wants like companionship, and
I think Britney just wants to be friends. And, like, in
she
that
wants
group.
friends, she wants companionship, and I think she's just getting put through the ringer a little bit.
She is. It's unfortunate for her.
I thought I feel like Whitney was a little bit better this episode. I feel like she put a lot of effort into like this trip, and I always think that like that doesn't get enough. I mean, who knows who's paying? Like, I'm like, is Whitney paying for all this? But
or is Bravo?
Exactly. But she did put a lot of effort, and I feel like that should speak like very inclusive, and like I know there was like drama with like Meredith not wanting to come. I'm just like, if someone's gonna go through the effort of planning something and including everybody, I feel like it's really rude to just not go.
Yeah. I agree. I think it would have been really rude for Meredith not to go.
Yeah.
When they got into the bit about the caviar, I was like,
gosh.
Do we hear what we're saying out loud?
Meredith
like,
is kind of on my
she's
kind of on the lower. I'm kind of super irritated with like.
I think Mary's just so pretentious.
She is.
It's like it's kind of a tired bit.
Yeah.
I did love that she went with Britney when Britney was like crying about Jared. I did like think that was very sweet.
That was nice.
And so I think I just like when Meredith has her walls down more, and I think she's like very guarded, and I don't love that.
Yeah.
She puts on a very like fake persona to me.
Yeah, I think that's what rubs me the wrong way.
Yeah,
like,
and so sorry, Meredith.
Sorry.
I don't hate you though. So
no.
Good.
But I have been more annoyed with her, I think, more than most. Not Bronwyn. Bronwyn is my
worst right now for you.
Yeah, I'm like super annoyed with her.
I feel like shockingly Heather's kind of there. Like I don't feel like Heather's necessarily like in the thick of it. No, I don't think she's like annoying. I just don't think she's like popped out to me so far.
No, yeah. Which I think that's okay for her.
Yeah.
I think
she's I want the receipts. I want that bit done though. Like we're overdoing it a little.
Yeah.
And I'm getting to a point where I'm like, I want it to end.
Yeah. I think it needs
to end. And
so
I don't love it when she keeps doing that.
Yeah.
Stop. But
it's just in her intro, right?
It is in her intro, and then it's just like all over. I feel like social still.
Yeah, that's not really her though.
No.
The producers probably made her do that.
So it's not Heather's fault, but
no.
I want it to be done.
Yeah. No, I agree. I just don't. Yeah, I don't think it's her.
No.
Who's like
Lisa and I think Angie are my top. Oh, and Mary for sure. Mary's saying her dad living in Milwaukee next to Jeffrey Dahmer this episode.
Oh my gosh.
Was crazy. I was like, I love the way she'll say the most outrageous things.
No, literally.
And then just like be so matter of fact about it.
Yeah.
Like I consistently think of the video of when she went to Whitney's house and told that story of the woman that like got ejected from her car and like died and like fell down the
kids
cliff.
There, yeah.
And then like she just like said that whole story in like the most horrific detail. And then Whitney's kid was like, "Is she still alive?" And Meredith is like, "No." And then she's like, "But I'm here ready to party." And I'm like, Mary, that is so crazy.
She said something so crazy, like, and no one says anything back. She said something so crazy about holding pee.
Oh my gosh! That she puts a tampon in, and she's like, "I don't go for the whole night." I'm like,
it soaks it all up, but I'm like,
I was
appalled at that. I wanted it to be like, why is nobody correcting her?
I was like, no one's gonna ask a follow up with that. Like I have so many questions about it.
I was like, what? It's the same thing in a previous season when she said carbonation affects your ovaries or something like that, and like somebody like clapped back, and she gets mad when you like question her. But I'm like, Mary, where is your what is that logic?
I love too when she called Whitney and she's like, "I'll go, but I'm not going with you guys." She's like, "I'll just meet you there." I was like, I love that. If they're like, she will not give into peer pressure.
No.
At all. And I do respect that.
I love when she
will not be persuaded.
She didn't go to some event, goes back to the sprinter band and goes through McDonald's. Oh my gosh. So good.
I love
so
it.
Mary coded.
I was like, good for you, sister.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, the Real Housewives of Salt Lake, I think, is like the big one right now in terms of I know it is like Real Housewife fall though, because they have the Real Housewives of Potomac on Sundays.
Where?
Potomac. It's apparently like DC.
Never
It's
heard
like,
of it.
I know. I didn't know that.
Never heard of it.
And it's on season 9, I think.
Oh.
And so that's like a big popular one. And then on Tuesdays is Real Housewives of New York. It just started this week.
Oh.
And then Wednesdays, Real Housewives of Salt Lake. And then Thursdays is the Real Housewives of OC. Orange County, I know.
That's crazy that
And
there's
then
that many.
They started teasing already Real Housewives of Beverly Hills starting their 14th season and like airing soon, which should be interesting.
Man, that's a housewife.
I know. And so
That's crazy.
Bravo's at the top of their game still.
Bravo is really, like, remaining relevant.
It is.
Kudos
They do an
to
amazing
them.
job.
Yeah, they're doing good.
I respect it.
Yeah.
And Andy Cohen, I love the guy.
Yeah.
I love him. And so I'm set and like ready to go. Love is Blind though, a new
Love is
season
Blind.
came out, and
Personally, I like Love is Blind.
I do too. I think it's great TV.
It's great TV. It really sucks me in. It's probably my top like dating relationship show. Like I think it's over the Bachelor franchise just because I think it's it's more authentic, I feel like. But just the whole concept really, like the way the episodes reel me in is the most fascinating part is the first round is when they're like been talking in the pods and when they meet together, like they meet for the first time. I cannot get enough of that because like I'm an observer, just like I'm a people watcher. So like watching how you can kind of tell right off the bat. And I just like, I find that so fascinating. And then I have to know who says what at the wedding day. Like I cannot, I have to. Like I can't just like, oh, it's fine, I won't watch it. Like I literally have to see who said what.
I think I would argue that Love is Blind would not be as successful if they did it like The Bachelor, where it was week by week. I think the way Love is Blind does so well, and I would agree, like I think I enjoy watching it better than The Bachelor, is because I can watch those stages as they like.
That's so true.
They give me like 4 episodes so I can see that entire pod experience.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
and
a good
them
point.
meeting each other the first time. And then like they make me wait 2 weeks, a week maybe to see the next stage. But I think if they made me wait an entire week, I would lose interest.
I think I would too.
I would like lose interest.
Because like I think there's like it's not that I want to watch every moment leading up to those. Those are like the 2 biggest trigger points. Like you kind of like I'll fast forward through some.
I fast forward the weddings every single time I watch that.
Yeah, but you have to kind of know a little bit. Like I have to get to that. So I would get too impatient waiting a month.
I agree.
Before they meet each other and I blow through those because I have to see that meeting in person and I like visualize it.
I agree, and so I think that's part of the reason I love Love is Blind so much.
They do well.
They respect me enough.
Yeah, I think
where they'll release that.
I will accept the way they release.
Yeah.
Would it be nice if it was all together? Yeah, but
I think that's why The Bachelor sometimes loses us.
Yeah.
Is because it's week by week.
It's week by week, and there is the same amount of filler. Like there's still so much filler, and I'm like, I waited a week for wanting to watch about 10 minutes of this episode.
And I think you and I will both agree, we really don't watch it that much at this point, unless we're like watching it together. Yeah. And get entertainment that way.
It's much better to watch it together. Yeah. But there's so much.
Like if it's an event.
I want to know, obviously, like again, who leaves The Bachelor, like the important points, but I don't need to see these boring dates or these long family conversations or like I just don't care to see it.
I think that's why Housewives, I prefer binging so much more. Yeah. And that's why I think Salt Lake City seems to be doing a good job at like getting rid of a lot of that filler.
Yes. Much less
because if
filler.
you're going to ask me to tune in every single week and give me like boring filler episodes, it's asking a lot. Whereas like if I can binge it, throw in a boring episode once every 5.
Exactly. I don't care as much
all right.
if there's lots of boring. So Yeah, so we'll see. Do you know where the location is of Love is Blind?
I want to say it's DC.
I think you're right.
I think
it is DC.
But I mention it too because me and Asia are going on a little trip.
Oh.
And so when we're gone, we're not going to be able to upload or update the episodes of like Survivor and or The Real Housewives of Salt Lake.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we're going to just do
We're gonna cover
standalone few episodes of Love is Blind and cover that.
Yeah.
So you'll want to watch a bit of that as well.
Yeah, like we said, Love is Blind is like 50% bingeable. You can binge a chunk of episodes and then it's like another week or so. So
it'll be like similar to what we did for Secret Lives of Mormon Wives.
yeah.
Where it'll
exactly.
be like done and like one and done.
So
But you saw too,
Yeah.
they got renewed for season 2.
I did see that. I had no doubts.
I had no doubts either. I
Yeah.
honestly think I wouldn't be surprised if this is one of Hulu's most successful
I would
run
agree.
of Hulu original shows.
Yeah.
There is something I'm not a big fan of, and it's the fact that they all have to film a separate video announcing things.
Oh, yeah.
I have seen, I believe, all 8 of them announce
my gosh.
season 2 because all 8 of them have to do a different video.
Yeah.
And I think because it was such a popular show, everyone has like really jumped on it. Like people who don't watch reality TV in
Yeah.
my world
Yeah.
have watched it and like raved about it and talked about it with me. And in my mind, it is nothing compared to The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City.
No.
So I'm like, you guys, if you liked that,
You
would love Salt Lake City. And I just think the maturity level is more because I'm having a hard time, I think, now that
Yeah.
Secret Lives is over.
Yeah.
I'm just like, I like don't like these women.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, I
Yeah.
don't like them. And so I'm having a hard time wanting to like stay tuned with like their lives at all.
Yeah. Oh, there's
will
no,
I watch season 2? Yeah.
There's no shot I'm keeping up with them.
No,
Until
not at
season 2
all.
comes around and then I'm like, okay, I'll watch it.
Yeah.
And like enjoy it, but I'm not invested personally
No.
in their lives.
But
like,
have
I
you
am.
seen them announce it?
Yeah, I've seen them.
Literally, they've all done it,
Yeah.
but like slightly different.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, stop doing
Yeah.
that. I don't care. And so I'm like just kind of a little bit over it too.
Yeah.
I think Whitney's going to be on season 2 because she announced it,
Yeah. I would.
but
hope,
in a weird way.
I would hope she would be.
Yeah. But
For
I
the
don't know
drama.
if Jen is
For the drama. Oh.
because she's living in New York
Yeah.
and her gross husband. Did you see though that Taylor and Dakota broke up?
I did see that. Not
Sad.
not
Are
a
we-
shocker.
No,
It's
not shocked at all.
really unfortunate with like the child situation.
I feel bad.
I feel
yeah,
bad. For
I feel bad
her.
for her, and I feel bad for the kid.
Am I glad they didn't get married?
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I'm so happy that she really
Yeah.
refused that.
Yeah.
So that I feel like is kind of what's new and happening
Going on.
in
Yeah.
the reality TV world.
Yeah.
The only other thing is, I don't know if you saw this, but Dancing with the Stars, Anna Delvey got eliminated.
I think I was gonna send it to you. I was like, we should talk about this.
And she was like, they were like, what are you going to take away from this experience? And what?
She goes, nothing. And like laughs.
It's so awkward.
It's really
so
awkward. Yeah.
awkward. And I don't know if it was a joke. I don't think it was.
I don't think so. Yeah.
She like refused to do much of anything. It's also come out now since she got eliminated.
Yeah.
And so I think everyone was like happy she was gone. I
Yeah.
felt bad for her partner.
Yeah.
Like poor guy, like kind of got stuck with like the worst.
The worst of the worst.
Yeah.
She just seems like someone who's like, just like makes you feel like the type of person that makes you feel kind of dumb for liking
Yes.
something.
Yes, 1,000%.
And I don't like that.
I hate that. It's like one of
Yeah.
my least favorite things ever.
Yeah.
And so I was happy that she got eliminated.
Yeah, that clip is cringy.
Yeah.
It's
And then-
crazy.
I just love Joey even more.
Yeah.
Every time I see anything, I'm like, gosh darn it. I want to marry that man.
I know.
But he
That's why I
deserves
had
to
a-
marry Kelsey because they're both.
I had a hard time watching his season because
love
I was like, I wish I was there.
But I saw that the only thing he asked for if he was going to be a part of Dancing with the Stars was he said, I want to be with a partner who's in a happy and healthy relationship. I love him.
Yeah.
I love him. And Kelsey's amazing. Love her.
Yeah.
Absolutely adore her. So they're like a big couple I'm rooting for in this life right now.
I hope they I feel like are one of like in more recent seasons are like a healthy healthy as if we don't know, but it appears to be like solid couple that came from that show.
I don't think I've rooted for a couple like this from The Bachelor since Sean and Catherine.
I don't even know who that is, to be honest.
It was the one he was like blonde. He comes back almost every
I
start
know,
of the season because
I don't think I've watched his season, but I know who that is. Yeah,
every
he comes
Bachelor's
back.
like, what should I do?
Yeah.
Because he's like the best one and the most successful. So I'm rooting for those two.
Because they had a cool story.
Mm-hmm. But catch us next week and we'll tell you what goes on with episode 4 of Salt Lake City and any other up and coming shows
that you need to watch.
Cool.
Okay.
Bye guys.